This is News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for staying with us. Clerks and poll workers are getting right back to work in Dane and Milwaukee counties this week. That's where President Trump is specifically asking for recounts.
There is a reason that he's targeting just 2 of our state's 72 counties. Our Amy Reed is live to explain the campaign's arguments. Amy?
In its petition, the campaign said these 2 counties had the most irregularities, though we still have not seen evidence to back up claims like that. Now, both Dane and Milwaukee counties are getting ready to start their counts again. The Trump campaign dropped off its request for a recount Wednesday morning. Their efforts focused on Milwaukee and Dane counties, which combined for about a third of all votes Joe Biden got in Wisconsin.
Well, because they're the counties that have, in our view, the most significant discrepancies and problems and improper behavior that'll allow us, we think, sufficient numbers of votes to overturn this election. In its petition, the Trump campaign did not cite discrepancies, but referenced legal concerns with the election. That included an increase in voters marking indefinitely confined on ballot request forms. Other concerns, like in-person absentee voters not filling out request forms or clerks adding addresses for witnesses, are permitted under law or guidance from the Wisconsin Elections Commission.
This is really a policy argument. You know, do they like the way the statute is written? No. Pass a different statute.
Dane County Clerk Scott McDonald is preparing for the recount nonetheless. He's reserving the largest room at the Monona Terrace, typically booked for events, to give those working the recount social distancing space. He said people are already stepping up to help.
It gives me heart that there's people willing to risk their health to ensure that we maintain our system of government, which is a democracy.
Previous recounts in Wisconsin have only changed margins by a few hundred votes max. Most don't expect that to be different this time, but the Trump campaign is hopeful.
We fully expect that we'll win this recount and that at the conclusion of it, the number of votes for Donald Trump will exceed those for Joe Biden.
The Dane County Clerk said that the recount will begin on Friday and then go until they are finished. By law, both Milwaukee and Dane counties need to finish by December 1st.
Amy, thank you. President Trump isn't just fighting results here in Wisconsin today. He stayed inside the White House planning other court battles. On Twitter, the president attacked Georgia's recount as a, quote, joke. But Georgia state officials say they found only minor discrepancies, with the audit on pace to finish by today's deadline. Meanwhile, President Trump's former acting chief of staff sounded off on Fox Business Network one day after the president's personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, contradicted himself before a federal judge in a Pennsylvania case.
I'm still a little concerned about the use of Rudy Giuliani. They're not using the most well-noted election lawyers.
President Trump fired his top election security official yesterday, Chris Krebs, after Krebs had pushed back against claims of widespread election fraud. A Biden team spokesman said Krebs was, quote, fired for telling the truth.
A county clerk is getting extra protection for her staff because of phone calls that turned nasty.
Tonight, Rock County's clerk says her phone didn't stop ringing soon after the election, and misinformation, she says, is to blame. Adam Duxter walks us through what happened.
A reporting error flipping Biden and Trump results and traced back to the Associated Press only stayed online for about 15 minutes post-election night. But it was enough time for a screen grab in a tweet from Eric Trump that has since gotten more than 27,000 shares online. The mistake, which Trump referred to as a, quote, system glitch, led to nonstop phone calls to the clerk's office. And the calls got more aggressive as time went on, prompting County Clerk Lisa Tollefson to ask the sheriff's office for more protection.
The anger that you could hear in their voices, the persistence of not listening or any acceptance that what we had was right on our website. There's some people who will not ever accept the results as they are. They're afraid to look beyond that and accept it.
Well, Rock County is not included in the president's requested recount. Tollefson wants people to understand they, too, double-check their work no matter what.
Today, we also spoke with the chairman of the Rock County Republican Party, who says he wants people to lay off the clerk's office and, in the meantime, trust the results as they come in. You'll hear more from him tonight at 6. In Janesville, Adam Duxter, News 3 Now.
Tollefson says calls started to die down late last week, but she says she is still worried about her staff and her family.
To the weather now, a windy but sunny Wednesday. Let's get a look at your first warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Well, Susan, those temperatures jumped up today thanks to those southerly winds. They'll continue into tomorrow, and temperatures will be even milder. Let's start out by taking a look at visible cloud track. The clouds that we had were high, thin clouds, giving us some hazy sunshine through the day today. High temperatures hit 49 in Madison, but to the south, there were several places that hit temperatures in the lower to middle 50s, including Janesville at 52. Right now, temperatures are in the middle to upper 40s, a few 50s over southwestern Wisconsin, and we're still seeing some wind gusts in the 25 to 30 mile per hour range. Those winds will die down a little bit overnight. Look for temperatures to drop into the middle 40s and then holding it really steady overnight. That'll give us a good head start on tomorrow, getting a high temperature of 61 with brisk southwesterly winds. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes some colder weather as we head toward the weekend.
All right, Gary, thank you. The state Supreme Court may make it a moot point, but for now, Governor Evers wants us all wearing masks.
The governor extended his emergency order, and that includes the statewide mask mandate. Our Brady Mallory joins us with what this means for you. Brady?
Well, nearly 100 people in Wisconsin died from COVID-19 yesterday. That was the most ever. And it's part of the reason Evers is extending his order, which was set to expire on Saturday. You'll remember he issued the first order back in July and then extended it in September. In the last 2 months, Evers says COVID-19 cases have tripled. Based on current health data, he says Wisconsin could see 5,000 deaths by the end of this year. And that's why he doesn't want to abandon restrictions, including the mask mandate.
This isn't something happening someplace else to somebody else. It's our friends, our neighbors, and our loved ones who are getting sick.
Evers called on Republican lawmakers to stop taking his orders to court. The state Supreme Court started hearing arguments over the mask mandate on Monday. It could rule on the order soon, but regardless of what happens, Dane County's orders will stay in effect.
Brady, thank you. A report obtained by CBS News shows 47 states are now in the red zone for new cases. That's up from 42 last week. The task force calls the spread of the virus aggressive and unrelenting. More than 1,700 deaths were reported yesterday, the highest single-day death toll since May 15th. Over 7,000 new cases have been confirmed throughout Wisconsin in the past day, according to state and county health officials. 7,254 new cases. Wisconsin now with a lifetime total of 332,680. More than 74,000, that's about 22.5% of those cases, are still active. Health officials say 50 more people have died of coronavirus complications today.
16 inmates at the Dane County Jail have COVID-19 today. That's a lot more than how many they've had over the past few weeks.
News 3 Now's Naomi Coles explains that spike.
The Dane County Jail had reached one of its lowest ever COVID case counts at the end of last week, just one case. But now new inmates testing positive resulted in that spike this week, and now a housing unit of 116 is in quarantine.
Any inmate entering the jail goes through a 14-day quarantine in that housing unit, where they get regular testing and symptom monitoring. And if anyone comes down with COVID-19 while there, everyone has to restart quarantine.
Our biggest challenge right now are the new people coming into the jail, and that's why that 116-person housing unit is such a challenge. Because those are all new cases.
The sheriff says the old county building where many of them are housed is difficult to keep safe, even with their regular cleaning.
The sheriff says they are about to introduce new rapid COVID testing for the inmates. He's hoping that's going to help lower case counts and improve safety at the facility. Reporting in Madison, Naomi Coles for News 3 Now.
And there have been 115 total positive cases among inmates at the jail this year. That does not include staff.
Governor Evers says he is willing to meet with Assembly Republicans to talk about COVID-19 relief legislation. Yesterday, the governor released a proposal to tackle the surging pandemic. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos also outlined Republican priorities yesterday, but did not release specifics. Vos says he hopes to pass a bill sometime in December or even January. Governor Evers says it needs to be sooner.
At the end of the day, 2 years ago, they made it back into December to do a lame duck session. I see no reasons why we can't do it to save lives here in Wisconsin.
Pfizer will file for emergency authorization for its new coronavirus vaccine with the FDA on Friday. The final analysis of Pfizer's new vaccine confirms it is 95% effective with no safety concerns. An independent group monitoring the phase 3 clinical trial says the vaccine even proved effective in higher-risk older adults. In the study, 170 patients contracted COVID-19. Nearly all of those, 162 of them, received the placebo. The Food and Drug Administration has authorized the first at-home rapid COVID-19 test. The Lucira COVID-19 all-in-one test kit is available by prescription for self-diagnosis. The kit includes a sterile swab, a sample vial, a test unit, some batteries, and a plastic disposal bag. Results are displayed on the test unit by a color change indicator. The FDA also authorized the test for use in doctors' offices, hospitals, urgent care centers, and emergency rooms.
As cold and flu season are starting to ramp up now, one area healthcare provider is making sure to have locations with upper respiratory clinics across the state. SSM Health upper respiratory clinics will be located at existing SSM Health facilities, but patients with symptoms of upper respiratory infection will be directed to a separate entrance from their main clinic. By having those separate entrances, healthcare providers can treat those patients in a safe way while separating them from those who are receiving routine care. Officials say these changes to health care could stick around for years to come.
I mean, do we really want, infected people sitting in traditional waiting rooms that we've kind of all done, right? And so what certainly I think we've challenged our organization is, should we think about things differently next year, and how do we do it differently? Let's encourage more use of telehealth and maybe certain times of the day at least, or somehow separate the typical upper respiratory infections and influenza from the general population. I think there's a lot of
He has the right to counsel, which he is exercising.
The Wisconsin Dells man who is charged with plotting to help kidnap Michigan's governor will turn himself in. That is according to online records. Court records show Governor Evers signed a warrant requesting the court arrest Higgins, but his lawyer says he will report to jail today, but also he will fight extradition to Michigan. Higgins will be held without bond until a bail hearing tomorrow morning.
One of the two men charged after escaping from Columbia Correctional Institution has been found guilty. Thomas Deering was sentenced to an additional 3 years in prison, another 2 years extended supervision in Columbia County Court. Deering and James Newman escaped from the facility back in April. They were arrested the next day down in Rockford. Back in 2000, Deering was sentenced to 60 years in prison for sexual assault, kidnapping, and burglary. In 2002, he escaped from another prison in Wisconsin, was found in Los Angeles. He was sentenced to another 7 years in prison. Newman is expected to be back in court next month. More to come on News 3 Now at 5. Up next, the pandemic has shifted the way that colleges look at student applicants, what some students are doing to stand out, and the advice from college admissions staff. And coming up tonight at 6, we'll introduce you to the newest addition at the Henry Vilas Zoo, a polar bear named Bo. That's next hour. News 3 Now at 6. And a rough day on Wall Street. The Dow falling 345 points. The Nasdaq down almost 98. The S&P 500 tumbles 42. We'll be right back.
Keep your home and family warm and cozy this winter with a new degree of comfort from your local Rheem contractor.
Feel the Wohlers difference. Call Wohlers Heating and Air Conditioning today. Serving Dane County for over 45 years.
Black Friday starts now at Ashley Home Store. Save up to 60% off doorbusters and special holiday buys available now. Plus, get our very best Black Friday bonus deals, up to an extra 20% off our sale prices store-wide. Bring the holidays home early at Ashley Home Store.
Let us help you create your family's recipe for health. SSM Health and News 3 Now are making it easy by putting all the ingredients right at your fingertips. With topics like healthy habits, nutrition, and mental well-being, there's something for everyone. Visit Channel 3000's Time for Kids page for advice from SSM Health experts.
And catch fresh and informative reports on News 3 Now.
Take time for kids with SSM Health and News 3 Now.
When I grow up, I want to be an expert in something. I want to know what it would be like to make a difference. I want to be a part of something bigger, to help people, to change lives. When I grow up, I want to show the world that anything is possible. But now I know that making a difference doesn't take much. It just takes me. Join our team.
Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
Culver's chicken sandwiches are proof that raised right tastes right.
I really care about the food we eat, and that all starts here.
The chicken that we serve to our kids is grown right here on our farm.
It takes growers like yourself to produce these great sandwiches at Culver's.
Every bite tastes like chicken is supposed to.
This is chicken raised right.
Our grilled chicken, our crispy chicken, and our spicy crispy chicken, they are amazing.
Welcome to delicious.
Black Friday appliance deals start now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save up to 50% off doorbusters from top brands now. And pay no interest for 18 months. Plus free quick ship drop-off delivery at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Is your home giving you the cold shoulder? Fight back with a new energy-saving furnace from your local Rheem contractor.
Feel the Wohlers difference. Call Wohlers Heating and Air Conditioning today. Serving Dane County for over 45 years.
Hi, everyone. Thursday morning, we're a week away from Thanksgiving, and the holidays combined with the COVID-19 pandemic are making for a critical shortage of blood donations. How you can help on News 3 Now this morning.
Accurate news as it happens, right here where you live. Information that you can use from the team you can trust. For more local stories that impact your life, News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. Students use a lot more than just grades to get into college, but this pandemic has made that difficult by canceling a lot of the things that made them stand out, like extracurriculars and switching to virtual classes.
Our Jamie Perez shares how students aren't just accepting reality, they're getting creative to make sure that colleges see their skills despite the challenges of the pandemic.
Max Roquette said he would love to check out some potential colleges in person, but COVID created a bit of a problem for this Middleton senior.
It's kind of hard to get a feel for a college.
It seems the pandemic created a reverse problem for colleges too.
I had kind of an upwards trend in my grades. And so when they went pass fail, it's kind of hard for colleges to see how well you're actually doing in classes.
The pandemic has led the UW system and many schools nationwide to drop standardized test requirements. It's also canceled many volunteer, internship, and extracurriculars that typically set students apart.
Kind of negatively impacted me.
Roquette decided to get active himself. He now leads a virtual STEM club, teaches elementary students online, and runs a BadgerBots program. Meanwhile, Madison West Jr. Phoebe Richa started a nonprofit virtual student theater company.
Personally, I think I'm the type of person who get stuff done themselves. If somebody else isn't going to do it, I'm going to do it.
Andre Phillips looks at student applications at UW-Madison. His team now hunts for creative things like what Max and Phoebe are doing.
One of the best ways, I think, is really to talk about or present, if possible, or where possible, how have they committed first and foremost to continuing to educate themselves.
And impressing colleges goes beyond proving you're book smart. Galen Education, which helps kids get into college, has seen more students embracing the unknown.
I think a lot of kids prior to this felt like they had to do the clubs that were in their school, and they were sort of limited by what the school offered. And now that's sort of blown up, and kids realize there's a big wide world out there, and there are people from all over the world that I can connect with. It doesn't just have to be something based in my school.
Still, that's easier said than done for some, which Phoebe hopes schools ultimately look at.
It's difficult for kids who either don't have the resources or simply just don't have the ability to go create something themselves.
For News 3 Now, I'm Jamie Perez.
UW's Andre Phillips also advises students to write college essays talking about what resources on campus they plan to use to further their collegiate career, and also talk about the work they did prior to COVID.
Let's get a look at your first warned weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has your forecast. Gary?
Kind of windy out here. You can hear the wind howling in the trees behind me, but for the most part, it is pretty mild. Let's start out by taking a look at Doppler track across the upper Midwest. Right now, those southerly winds aren't bringing in any moisture, so the air is pretty dry across our part of the country. Live view from the Edgewater Sky Cam in downtown Madison. Skies are partly cloudy right now. As we check out our almanac for today, our high temperature reached 49 degrees. The normal high is 43. 33, and the low 32, also above normal. And right now, we're seeing those wind gusts in the 25 to 35 mile per hour range from our viewing area southward into Illinois. Those winds should die down a little bit overnight, but with time, we'll still see those winds pick up tomorrow, and they'll be out of the south. Upper level winds now are flattening out. They're more from west to east across the upper Midwest, so that's bringing in milder Pacific air. And the first of two warm fronts has already moved by to the north and east. The second one, just out to our west, has even milder air behind it. In fact, if you take a look at temperatures across the Midwest, our temperatures are still pretty mild, generally in the 40s across the state, some upper 30s in northern Wisconsin. But to our south and west, you're seeing 60s and even some 70s showing up over parts of Kansas and Colorado. Now, we're not going to get that warm, but those southerly winds will continue overnight and through the day tomorrow. That will keep temperatures in the lower 60s for tomorrow. Now, as we head into tomorrow night and Friday, those winds start to shift around to a more westerly and west-northwesterly direction. That'll drop temperatures back into the lower 50s for Friday. And right now, it looks like the next weather system will stay far enough to the south that we've taken the rain out of the forecast for Saturday and just put a couple of flurries in for Saturday night. Over the next 10 days, those temperatures, though, will drop back to around normal for the weekend and into the early part of next week. There'll be another weather system that brings us the chance for some rain by Tuesday afternoon and then possibly mixing with snow as we head into Tuesday night and Wednesday. The 8 to 14-day temperature outlook, though, calls for above normal temperatures through much of the country, including Madison, and below normal precipitation is expected as we head into the early part of December. Our forecast for tomorrow calls for a high temperature of 61 degrees with partly sunny skies and a brisk southwesterly wind. 7 to 10-day forecast, not as mild for Friday with a high of 52. 41 on Saturday. Rain showers on Sunday. Could be mixed with some flurries Saturday night and Sunday evening before it comes to an end. Then some rain showers later Tuesday will mix with or even change to snow Tuesday night into Wednesday morning before coming to an end. Thanksgiving will be dry, and now it looks like it'll just be dry and colder as we head toward the rest of the holiday weekend. As we look at first warn traffic right now, not seeing any big problems on the Beltline or the major highways. 15-minute commute either direction on the Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. Heading out of Madison, it's 26 minutes down to Janesville on I-3990, 16 minutes to Sauk City on US 12, and 17 minutes to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151. That's your News 3 Now first warn traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. Ahead on News 3 Now at 5-1, members of Madison's Common Council passed ordinances that largely decriminalize having less than an ounce of marijuana in the city. That's ahead at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Shop Wild Easttown Honda for clearance deals on over 400 new Hondas. Lease a new Civic for just $199. That's $199 and absolutely zero due at signing at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison.
Hey, no cell phones at the table.
But it's Grandma.
Hi, Mom.
It's Slumberland's biggest Thanksgiving sale in 3 years. You'll get an additional 25% off our already low prices at Slumberland.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we live where you live. So we know the importance of Midwest family traditions. And no matter how different they are this year, we'll help you make them especially memorable with everything you need to stay home for the holidays. Like Farm and Fleet pecan halves or pieces, just $7.99. This Hamilton Beach roaster oven, $49.99. Picnic turkey frying oil is $7 off. And don't forget the snacks.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Get more home for the holidays now at the Brothers Maine Black Friday is Today sale. Shop online or safely in-store all month for up to 40% off brands like Frigidaire, Whirlpool, Amana, and Maytag. Black Friday priced right now. Upgrade your kitchen with a 24-inch built-in stainless steel dishwasher, just $288. This is your Black Friday store for more, including free delivery. The Black Friday is Today sale means more selection, more savings, and more home for the holidays from the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Did you know that Geico's whole 15 minutes thing, that came from me? Really? My first idea was, in 1/4 of an hour, your savings will tower. Over you, figuratively speaking. But that's not catchy, is it? That's not going to swim about in your brain. So I thought, what about 15 minutes, 15%? Serendipity.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Do you take daily prescription pain medications, but they don't help enough?
Do you want more options to better manage chronic pain? University of Wisconsin-Madison STAMP Study offers free, safe, therapeutic programs to address chronic pain. The programs occur once a week for 8 weeks and pays up to $340. Call 608-212-6902 today. Again, that's 608-212-6902.
With all this family fun time, you need a good night's sleep. Come to Slumberland's huge Thanksgiving mattress sale and get an extra 25% off our already low prices. Get this Sealy Posturepedic Queen mattress for just $3.99. Only at Slumberland.
Shop Wild Easttown Honda for clearance deals on 400 new Hondas. Lease a new all-wheel drive CR-V for $269. That's $269 and absolutely zero due at signing at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Marijuana is not legal in Wisconsin, but Madison leaders just changed the rules within the city limits.
All but one alder approved of the new measures. Our Gabriella Becerra is on State Street and explains how they'll work. Gabby?
Eric and Susan, people 18 years and older can now use or carry marijuana up to 1 ounce in Madison city limits. Now, getting caught with more than 1 ounce will often just be a $1 fine plus court costs. Heavier penalties still apply to those who intend to sell the drug. Alder Mike Verveer says decriminalizing marijuana was a long time coming and should have happened sooner.
Statistics clearly show that there are undisputed racial disparities in enforcement of our marijuana laws by the Madison Police Department. It's something that the police department is owed up to. They're the ones that supplied the statistics to me.
Only one alder voted no, and that was Paul Skidmore. The new ordinances will likely go into effect within the next 10 days. And coming up on News 3 Now at 6, we'll share how a local smoke shop says that decriminalizing cannabis will help give people a better understanding of the drug.
All right, Gabby, thank you. And we'll have a final check of your first warn forecast in just a moment.
Keep your home and family warm and cozy this winter with a new degree of comfort from your local Rheem contractor.
Feel the Wohlers difference. Call Wohlers Heating and Air Conditioning today. Serving Dane County for over 45 years.
Black Friday starts now at Ashley Home Store. Save up to 60% off doorbusters and special holiday buys available now. Plus, get our very best Black Friday bonus deals, up to an extra 20% off our sale prices store-wide. Bring the holidays home early at Ashley Home Store.
Menards' last 11% rebate sale of 2020 is this week. Stop in to refresh your home. Start with over 550 color options of Zinsser Smart Coat. It's an advanced paint and primer in one with smooth coverage and superior adhesion. Then, bring out the natural beauty of wood with Varathane stains. It also provides ultimate color quality. Get 11% off all paints and stains. Head to Menards for the last 11% rebate sale of 2020.
Save big money at Menards. If you lose direction, you can grab my hand. I'll be the one behind you to say no. One man band. Just follow your dreams and keep your promises.
We're all different, but we all want a Medicare plan that meets our needs. That's why we'll help you find yours, even if it's not ours. Register for an online seminar or a one-on-one appointment with a friendly rep today.
Imagine life in that, or that. Having zero stress. Wasting zero energy worrying. 0 days wanting less seats, more seats, and 0 regrets. Imagine that. 0 reasons not to get into a Volkswagen, especially now that you can start shopping from home. Click, call, or come by today. Visit our Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event and lease the 2020 Tiguan S4 Motion today with 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing.
Let's holiday. Let's light it up and dish it up. Let's stuff turkeys as well as stockings and never miss out on the mistletoe. Let's turn fresh into festive and festive into flavorful. Let's fill the kitchen with holiday sear and make memories over a cookie dough covered table. Let's carve it and share it, then savor it with a side and know where I'd rather be. Let's make a toast to what truly matters most, because the holidays are here and no one does the holidays like Festival Foods.
Black Friday mattress deals start now at Ashley Home Store. Save up to 70% off mattress doorbusters. Plus, interest-free financing for up to 6 years on Tempur-Pedic and Beautyrest Black mattresses. And free quick ship delivery. Black Friday is on now at Ashley Home Store.
Is your home giving you the cold shoulder? Fight back with a new energy-saving furnace from your local Rheem contractor.
Feel the Wohlers difference. Call Wohlers Heating and Air Conditioning today. Serving Dane County for over 45 years.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, tonight the breaking news as the U.S. Army responds to our investigation into sexual assault in the U.S. military. Why the Secretary of the Army says, quote, we must do better. We've got that story and much more tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
And here's a chance for you to show your appreciation to those making education possible during the pandemic.
Hallmark is giving away 1 million thank you cards for teachers, administrators, coaches, and staff. The cards will come in packs of 3 and will include a color it yourself Crayola card that reads, "You make the world a better place." If you're interested in getting some of the free cards, you better act fast because they're available on a first-come, first-served basis. You can get your free cards online at hallmark.com.
Well, Susan, maybe you can turn the fireplace off tomorrow. Gary's got a forecast. We're going to warm things up a bit, Gary.
Yeah, I'm looking at temperatures tomorrow to be in the lower 60s. Right now, we're in the middle 40s, but these temperatures won't fall very much because of the strong winds. Right now, they're in the 15 to 25 mile per hour range. A few places seeing some higher gusts from that. But look for temperatures to drop into the middle 40s overnight and then hold nearly steady. And tomorrow, look for a windy and milder day with a high temperature of 61. As we look at the 7 to 10 day forecast, you can see those temperatures dropping to 52 on Friday. We've taken the rain out of the forecast for Saturday with a high of 41. Then some showers on Sunday. Looks like it'll be dry for Thanksgiving.
All right, we're back in 30 minutes for news for now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.